Okay, let's look at question 4 now, which is finance. Okay, question 4.1 says, 7 years ago, Mrs. Gray decided to invest 18,000 Rand in a bank account that paid simple interest at 4.5% per annum. Calculate how much interest Mrs. Gray has earned over the 7 years. Okay, so remember we have this formula here that says that the amount is equal to the principal multiplied by 1 plus IN, right? Where I is the interest rate and N is the amount of time. Okay, so and remember amount is like, if you put this into a bank account, it's basically how much money is in the bank account now, not how much interest she's earned. Okay, it's the total amount. Okay, the principal amount here was 18,000 Rand, if I'm not mistaken, yep. And it's at a rate of 4.5% and it's 7 years. Okay, so 1 plus, and now 4.5% is the same as saying 0.045, right? So 0.045 times 7 years. Okay, now we plug this whole thing into the calculator. So 18,000 times 1 plus 0.045 times 7, and that gives us 23,670 rands, right? But now remember what I said, this term A here is the total amount in the bank account, but the question specifically asked for how much interest she's earned. Okay, so obviously this is the total amount. The interest is whatever is on top of the original amount. So the interest would equal to 23,670 minus 18,000, because this is how much she started with and this is how much she ended with. So the interest is the difference between those two. Okay, so you can just do 23,670 minus 18,000 and that gives you 5,670 Rand. Okay, and that's the right answer there. Okay, let's move on to 4.1.2. Mrs. Gray wants to buy a television set that costs 27,660 Rand. If the average rate of inflation over the last 5 years was 6.7% per annum, calculate the cost of the television set 5 years ago. Okay, so you can think about inflation as if it was interest. Okay, but it's increasing like compound interest almost. Okay, so you can think about it like that. So you can use the same equation that we use for compound interest. So A is equal to P 1 plus I to the power of N. Okay, so in this case here, A is equal to the amount that it's currently worth, right? P will be the amount that it was originally worth. I again is the inflation rate and N is the number of years, the time. So it's currently worth 27,660. There's an interest rate of 6.7% and it was 5 years. Okay, so let's put all that information in. So it's 27,660 equals to, and remember we're solving for P now, 1 plus 6.7, so 0.067 to the power of 5. Okay, so now you can put this whole thing into the calculator, you'll get an answer, and then you'll take that answer, you say 27,660 divide by that answer. Okay, so let's do that there now. So 1 plus 0.067 to the power of 5 will give us an answer. Now I'm going to take 27,660 and divide it by that answer, and then you'll see that P is equal to 20,000 rands. Okay, because I think it's yeah, I mean it's 0.00382, but you can just put it as 20,000. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna leave this as 20,000 then, and that is the correct answer. Okay, 4.1.3 now. At what rate of simple interest should Mrs. Gray have invested her money 7 years ago if she intends buying the television set now using only her original investment of 18,000 and the interest earned over the last 7 years? Okay, so let's start again with our formula. Okay, so remember, this is how much money is in the bank account. This is how much you started with. That's your interest rate, and that's how much time. Okay, so let's think about this now. We know the amount that we need to have at the end because they're saying that she wants to buy the television set. So that means the amount that she needs is 27,660. Okay, 27,660. Okay, we know the principal amount as well. It's 18,000. Okay, let's read the question again. She wants to buy this year. When she's saving up for it for 7 years. Okay, so we know the time is fixed as well. So the only unknown here is the interest rate, and that's what we're going to be solving for now. Okay, so that's 7 times I. Just make that neat. Okay, and remember we're solving for I. So again, I'll just take this divided by this. So 27,660 divided by 18,000. That gives us an answer. Then I can subtract 1 from that and divide that by 7. Okay, and then the interest rate that I get is 0.077, let's say. Okay, so that's the same as 7.7%. Okay, now let's just add some more decimals here so it's more accurate. So the actual answer you get from the calculator is 0.07666, and it just goes on, right? So let's make that 7.67%, right? Because I'm gonna round up that 6 to 7. Okay, so I'll have 7.67%. Okay, so that's 4.1.3 done as well. On a certain day, the exchange rate between the US dollar and South African rand is $1 is 12.91 rands. At the same time, the exchange rate between the British pound and the South African rand is 1 pound equals to 16 rand 52 cents. Calculate the exchange rate between the British pound and the US dollar on that day. Okay, so you can think about it like this, right? Let's just see. Let's do it over here. Okay, 4.2. So 1 rand, so the rand to the dollar, let's start with that one, right? The rand to the dollar is 12.91 is to 1. Okay, I'm just taking it from there. And at the same time, the rand to the pound is 16 rand 52 is to 1. Okay, and again I got it from there. So if you look at this here, since these are the same, we can just get rid of it. Okay, so now I can just bring the other two together and say 12.91 is to 16.52. Okay, and what is that? Let's bring this down here. Think about it. So we got rid of the rand there, so it'll be dollar to the pound. Okay, so that's our answer there. And then now to get it more as an answer, we can make it 1 is to something. So let's say we want to have what is $1 in terms of pounds. So I can divide both of these now by 12.91. Okay, so I'll have $1 on this side. Oops. is equal to, and then let's put this into the calculator, so 16.52 divided by 12.91 gives us 1.28 pounds.